Good afternoon. Thank you for coming in. We're making a hat today. I know I'm about to finish this one up right here and possibly start on a new one. Thank you guys so much for coming in today and watching me finish this one up. This has it's really been a long time coming. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, good evening, and welcome in. I'm finishing up this hat today. I'm going to start on a new one. Hello, welcome in. I got 5 more rows. This is done. And let me invite some people. Hello, hello, welcome in. Welcome in. Tap the screen as you come in. Let me know that you are here. Only got 5 more rows, y'all, and then I can start on a new one. Hello, hello, welcome in. Welcome into the live stream. Good evening. I'm about to finish up this hat. I'm going to start on a new one after this one. So let me put the camera down a little bit. The green screen is messing it up. Hey, the Fam Adventures has made it in. What's up? Good evening. Welcome in. Hello, hello, and welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, welcome. Yeah. Hey, Danny. Wait, I got a bicycle. Hey, Kevin, what is going on? Tuber Chat's in the house. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for that like and share. Hello, 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 welcome in, welcome in. Looks like it's about time to cast this one off here. All right, so if you're just joining in at a good time because I'm about to do what's called a cast off. Let me kill down this music. Okay, so to get the hat off of the loom, what you do is you loosen up your little knot here. And then you catch this inside of this peg right here, lift it off of the peg, and pass the yarn all the way through. Now, for those of you on YouTube here, you get this right here, lift it off of the peg, and pass the yarn all the way through. And make it like shower curtain rings. I don't know if you can see that, but you make it look like shower curtain rings, bringing them all together, all into one bundle. Because this is the way you're going to tie your hat off at the top. And then you continue all the way around the loom. Hello, welcome in. For those of you just joining, good evening. Hello, hello, welcome in. And now that the hat is off of the loom, now you can see what I was talking about. The top row looks like a shower curtain ring. Okay, so what you then do is turn the hat inside out. This is a very important step. Otherwise, you'll have a hat that looks like square at the top. So I learned to combat that. You just turn the hat inside out and pull it tight, and it closes up the top of your hat. Now, when I pulled it tight, I create a little ridge right here. It goes straight across. This ridge is important because whenever I go to go up and down, across, as I'm looping these through, it helps to keep it flat. And a flat hat will always fold flat down and not have the hump whenever you're stacking multiple hats together. So after going around this several times, and you're assured that it's not going to come loose, then you can start tying it off. And you just make a little extra loop around and pass it through and pull it tight. then you can cut it. But save this part because after this, then you're going to use it to make the pom-pom on the top. And yes, I do have a pom-pom maker. Whenever you finish the hat, you just kind of want to give it a little haircut for any ties that you may have gotten. Because it was just a slip knot, I only had one tie left. But yeah, so far the hat is done. It just needs a little pom-pom on the top right there. And for that, I need to get my pom-pom maker and both colors together because I'm going to make it a mixed color pom-pom. Hello, hello, welcome in. As you come in, tap the screen, hit the like button on your way in. Let me get the tunes going back again. Hello, Ronnie has made it in. Okay, y'all remember that ridge I was telling you about a while ago, that flat right there? This is very important whenever you're putting on the pom-pom. So I go on one side of the ridge and I put the needle down into the hat. And then what I'll do is I'll turn it back inside out after pulling it tight to the top here. So the pom-pom is right there on the top ridge of the hat. And then I'll turn the hat inside out once again and then start going back and forth over the same ridge, if you will. But first, I got to pass it back through, up and through the pom-pom. That way we can get it secured down on top of the hat. Then we can start running some rows in and out. And this is what makes the pom-pom stay on top of the hat. So once you get the pom-pom secured at the top, then you can start making some internal pass-throughs here. The way you don't have to keep on going up, in and out, you know, of the hat. You could just use this main ridge to make multiple loops. That way your pom-pom is guaranteed to stay on top of the hat and not come loose. And in the event that it does, you know that you got plenty of yarn here to reattach it. I've had to do a couple of reattachments on a pom-pom before. Okay, and then once we cut it, it will be done. All right, this is the finished product. Yep. Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. The humble hook, hello. Lots of knots, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Be sure to tap the screen, hit the like button on your way in. Good evening, y'all. Hello, Cruising is Fun Anytime just made it in. What's up? I got this one done. It needs a little haircut here at the top, though. And then once I find some yellow, I'm gonna do that also. Hello, Cruising with Calandra has made it in. What's up? Hello, good evening, and welcome in. All right. Let me see. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. All right. Now, we got an empty loom. And we know what that means. We get to go looking for yarn. And I got the first color already picked, which is black. I'm looking for what is going to be my yellow or gold. That's what I want to do. A yellow or a gold hat mixed with black next. So I'm going to see that in here. Please excuse the noise. Okay. It doesn't look like I have a yellow or a gold, but I do have a black. And before I start on the new hat, what I'm going to do is read the poem for today. That way we can go ahead and get out of here. Now for this one, I switched bots. I went for Gemini instead of ChatGPT. And Gemini gave me a poem that actually rhymes. And so I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, so the prompt is as follows. Okay, it says write a poem about a homeless woman named Tina. She used to work in a corporate office, just a 9 to 5, where the future was bright for her and her family. Then one day, layoffs happened and she had to be homeless for a while. Now fully recovered, she is reflecting on how the new year, 2026, is going to be so much better because she now has the survival skills needed to make it, whether living the American dream or the American nightmare. Her memoirs remind her of how, in the blink of an eye, a corporation will choose themselves instead of the people who work every day to make it what it is. Profits over people, the broken system that is revered to be the best economy in the world. So the title of the poem is Tina's Two Worlds, and you may have seen this on the channel, but I'm going to go ahead and read it out loud anyway. It says, the fluorescent hum of the 34th floor once sang Tina a lullaby of more. With a blazer pressed sharp and a calendar full, she believed in the climb in the corporate pull. The future was gold, a spreadsheet of light, where the 9 to 5 grind kept the home fires bright. But a ledger changed hands in a cold, quiet room, and a restructuring sealed 1,000 lives' doom. In the blink of an eye, the badge was reclaimed, a human resource that was no longer named. For when profits are weighed against people and breath, the system chooses gold and leaves the rest to the depth. The pavement is harder than a cubicle chair, and the American dream is a ghost in the air. She traded her briefcase for bags full of life, sharpening soul edges on the cold winter's knife. She learned how to vanish. She learned how to stay in the greatest economy. She was thrown away. But the American nightmare taught what the office could not, how to find a way forward when you're left to rot. Now the calendar turns to January 2026, and the walls of her home are no longer a fix. She is back on her feet, but her eyes have changed hue. She sees through the polish to what is actually true. Her memoirs sit open, a map of the scars of nights spent beneath the indifferent stars. She enters the year with a different kind of power, not the kind given by a clock or a tower. Whether the market rises or the structure should break, she has the survival that no layoff could take. The best economy might still prize its greed, but Tina has everything she'll ever need. So I wanted to share that with you guys before we get out of here today. I am going to start on this new hat right after I locate my gold or the yellow. But thank you guys so much for coming in today. Thank you for all the likes and the shares and everything. And always remember, I'm going to tell you this at the end of every show, is anybody can be humankind. I ask that you be a kind human. And thank you guys so much for checking out the show today. I love you. And remember to remember those who do not have what you may have, which is a home. That's the difference between us and the homeless. And so I ask that you keep them all in your prayers, and that